Everybody. Today's book I'd like to review is a book called Humanocracy. It's an amalgamation of humanity and bureaucracy, as I feel you would have gathered by now. I read the book about a year ago, or 8 months ago, and I was really impressed by it. The principle of the book largely looks at the nature of bureaucratic process and how in many times, in many cases, the bureaucracy itself becomes a master, not a servant. The book does not argue against bureaucratic process and protocols within organizations. What it does do is argue the importance of adaptability of those bureaucracies and protocols to enable people to be the best they can be and organizations to really explore and expand. All too often, we're constrained by the very structures we hope to enable us to expand. I've experienced this personally at the university system, where the aim is to create a creative environment, but bureaucracies actually constrain that and castrate creativity, to put it bluntly. It's really important that within organizations and leadership specifically, that the culture should adapt the bureaucratic process to enable individuals and groups to really flourish. It doesn't mean it's anarchy, and it does not mean that there's no direction and there's no guidance. Quite the contrary. It does mean that there has to be structure, but the structure itself must be pliable. It must be adaptable. You must never forget the structure, but if you just adhere to it purely because it's written down, the probability of being creative in an environment which is incredibly dynamic at the moment is at best constrained. A good analogy would be the evolution and development of legislation in Parliament. They're written down, very detailed. You could call it a protocol for the society's functioning. But they're interpreted by the courts. Variables come into play. And in an ideal world, the courts will reflect the needs and aspirations of society and adapt what the laws need to be. And where the laws are out of sync, they need to be changed. Well, the same in a bureaucratic process. With AI and the evolution of working from home and a whole range of other variables that didn't exist 5 years ago, bureaucracies must adapt to those situations. The work-life balance, people's desire to achieve more than just, the 9 to 5 narrative of the 1950s is long past. The challenge for leaders is to develop structures and bureaucracies to enable that to happen. Humanocracy is a really good start. I strongly recommend you look at it. I recommend you read it. It's well written, well researched, and the authors definitely have raised a number of interesting points. I trust that this review has given you some insight into the book. And as I keep saying with all the books I'm reviewing, I'm hoping this makes it a little bit easier, considering all of us have got very busy lives. Look forward to seeing you in the next book review. Cheers.